Hey guys, how's it going? It's 8-Bit Eric. Welcome back to the channel. So the one question that I seem to always get every other comment, every other live stream is somebody asking, Eric, do you know anything about any Xbox Series X pre-orders? When are they coming out? When is it happening? And it's been the same. It's been like a radio silence from Microsoft in regards to whether there's going to be more units or pre-orders available before launch date, unfortunately. And it's looking like we're not going to know. But just the other day, Xbox executive talked about consoles and when will they be ready next. So this is going to be big. We're going to read this article from PhoenixBazaar.com. And if this is your first time coming to the channel, before we get to it, why don't you go ahead and hit that red subscription button so you can subscribe, enable notifications so you don't miss any updates, and let's go ahead and get to the news article. So if you're looking for a pre-order that says missed out on an Xbox Series X pre-order, Xbox Exec says be ready for launch day. So they did say this already on Twitter quite a while back. They said, if you guys missed out on a pre-order, don't worry, we'll have units available on launch day. But I've been standing by the idea that walking into a store on November 10th, you're not going to find one. I will be very surprised if we're able to even find an Xbox Series X available at a store. Maybe a Series S. But if we're able to walk in and find one on launch day and there's plenty of stock allocated and people aren't camping out and having to wait and stuff, and you can walk in and get one, I will be very impressed. So let's go ahead and continue this, because we've seen how crazy the pre-orders have been. Let's continue this article. This says, if you're one of the lucky few to snag an Xbox Series X pre-order back on September 22nd, which I wasn't, unfortunately, this probably doesn't concern you. However, for many people out there, including myself, November 10th is a day clouded in mystery, because we simply have no idea whether or not we're going to get a console. Pre-order from Amazon. Sorry, your console might not even arrive on launch day. So that's in reference to Amazon sending out emails and messages saying, due to high demand, this item that you pre-ordered, being the Xbox Series X, and even the PlayStation 5, might not show up on release date, that you might get it later. In fact, some retailers basically told people maybe even 2021 is when you'll get your console. It just seems like pre-orders were a mess. People just couldn't figure out the proper stock allocation. Maybe, some of the retail stores like GameStop weren't prepared for the mess of the Xbox Series X and S and PS5 pre-orders. Who knows? This says, in Australia, major retailers simply couldn't handle the rush. And even the Microsoft store can't tell them when to expect the console. So that's in reference to Australia literally selling out in minutes when the pre-orders went live for Xbox. It was quick. I'm telling you. So to continue on with the thing, it says, chatter amongst colleagues within the industry is the same. Regardless of who you speak to, no one knows when they're getting their console, even when a pre-order is locked in. The one constant, however, is that people appear confident that more stock will be available on launch day. So I've had people in my own comments tell me, don't worry, Xboxes for the most part are easy to get on launch. And this is interesting. It does seem that everybody getting locked in pre-orders is still confused. I've heard so many times people say, well, I haven't gotten an email from Best Buy yet, or I haven't gotten an email from Walmart, so I hope my pre-orders come in on time. It is definitely a concern, a cause for concern. But now there's been some recent comments by Xbox marketing GM Aaron Greenberg on a recent episode of the Dealer Gamer podcast. He gave some insight, gave some words in regards to Xbox Series X pre-orders. So he's an executive at Xbox, so maybe he's telling the truth. I don't know how often executives lie, but then again, it is an industry where they rely on consumers and making consumers happy. And sometimes they're almost like politicians. Sometimes they'll say stuff just to get people off their backs. Again, he says, the following quote in a minute, which we're going to top it. It says, there's always hope that pre-order stock was one allocation, but that stock will still be available for walk-ups on the day. So they're saying, because there's only been like one huge real wave of Xbox pre-orders. and they're hoping maybe there was just only going to be that huge major thing on September 22nd, and then the rest will be for launch. Says Greenberg has essentially confirmed this will be the case, although that will, of course, will vary from region to region. So this is not a guarantee, guys. Take this with a grain of salt. I mean, sure, he's saying this, sure, he's assuring you, but there's still no absolute guarantee. He says our retail partners will have day one launch inventory, he explained. It's up to them how much they want to pre-sell or they want to wait and hold it for day one. So, this kind of seems like a cop-out if you look at it, saying it's up to them how much they want to pre-sell or they want to wait and hold it for day one. You're thinking about, some of the accusations that some of these retailers have faced, like GameStop, for example. They've been accused of scalping pre-orders, that the employees are getting all the first dibs and leaving scraps, maybe sometimes even less than 4 to a different store. Some stores don't even have enough for pre-orders. People are waiting in line and they only have like less than 4 pre-orders for a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox. Could they have hogged their pre-order stock allocation? Could retailers have been doing that? That's always been a speculative thing. But to also say this, how much they want to pre-sale or decide to wait and hold it, that just kind of seems like Microsoft's kind of pushing it to the retailers and placing blame on them. Is there any kind of stock allocated overall? Is Microsoft themselves going to push off enough units to make sure people get them for launch date? That's the cause of concern right there. But it seems like they're pushing it to retail partners. He said it was his expectation that retailers will largely hold most of their inventory for day one, but that it's really the retailer's decision to make. So, it's really the retailer's decision to make. He says, what can I say? What I can say is launch day inventory is not sold out. So he's saying it's not sold out. So are these people genuinely going to have some good launch day inventory? Who knows? There will be more units on launch day, he continued. We feel for fans that are trying to secure a unit, but I would say be ready for launch day. So if you missed out or uncertain of your pre-order status, be ready for launch day on November 10th. So this executive is saying, guys, be ready for launch date. So I'm in the same boat. I didn't get an Xbox Series X pre-order. I've been eating Taco Bell left and right. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How much more Taco Bell can a man eat to try to secure a Series X? Give me a preview unit, Xbox. I'm just joking. Needless to say, I probably will be trying to obtain one on launch day at least, just to see how it goes. If I'm going to, I'm going to be going to Walmart. I'm not even going to bother with GameStop. I don't trust them enough. Walmart or Best Buy is my best bet. But it's interesting to hear an executive talk about pre-orders because they've been radio silent. Should we trust his judgment? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think about this situation? Are you guys going to try to tough out and brave out the launch day chaos? Let me know in the comments down below if you haven't secured your pre-order and this is the route that you're going to go. I've been recommending that this is the best way to do it as far as Xbox goes, is to just go on launch day and get it. So, you know what? I'm going to follow the advice. Let's see if I can get one on launch date and see what happens. So, guys, let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear what you guys think. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys on the next video. Have a great day. Peace out.